Ignition sequence start. Astronauts report it feels good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Tower cleared.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live Rocketbook App Training Program. We got a little treat today. I'm joined with some awesome Rocketbook App experts outside of a regular company. So let's dive into and get started.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Chris. I'm part of the engineering team. So I help coding some of the new app features. Go ahead.
Got you off. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarita. I'm on the physical product team, so I help to design our new notebooks, covers, and much more.
Hey guys, it's TY. You guys might know me, aka Human Legal Pad, aka Beacon Orange, for any of our older fans that see our live streams. But I'm on the sales team, and I basically work in EDU. So if there are any educators out there, reach out. We do school discounts, and I also work in the promotional product space. So if you ever want to put your logo on Rocketbooks, definitely reach out for that as well.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And I'm Peter. When I'm not hosting our live streams, I'm also managing our technical support team. So today's live stream, as the title implies, it's a training program for all Rocketbook users. Whether that means you're a new user who just got your notebook as a gift for the holidays, or you bought a planner for the new year, or even if you're an existing customer who's been around for a while that just wants a little bit of a refresher course on how to get the most out of your notebook. We have a bunch of awesome new features, so it's always just great to dive in and get a little memory of what we're talking about. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take you through 3 levels of Rocketbook training. They're going to escalate you from a notebook novice to a scanning expert, and just really just start off at the basics and get to the really awesome stuff.
I like that.
Notebook novice.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that
Notebook
one.
novice.
And also, if you have any questions, just feel free to call in. Use the link that we have here, and also you can just dump any questions in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer.
Yeah, definitely. Try to get as many as possible.
All right, hello from the demo room. So before we start on all of our app features, we wanted to first go over the notebook itself. So the Rocketbook is just like a normal notebook. You can write in it. The only difference here is that you have to wait for the ink to dry just a little bit so you don't smudge it. You'll see once it is dry, the ink doesn't smudge at all with my finger. But what makes this notebook special is that if you spray it with just a little bit of water, you can then erase it. And this microfiber towel comes with the notebook, so you don't have to worry about finding one on your own. But there you go, it's wiped clean. You're ready to start on a fresh page. As a special note to anybody who's new to Rocketbook is you have to use the Pilot friction pen to make sure that the ink is water soluble and erasable.
Awesome. So Sarita just showed you guys how it's reusable, but also remember that it's a smart notebook as well. And I'll show you guys that in the demo room. I'll race you there.
While they're making that swap, I saw a couple of comments in the feed about this being recorded. Yes, it absolutely will be, and it will be reviewable on YouTube. I believe we're also on LinkedIn Live, Amazon Live, and Facebook Live. So we should be sharing recordings on all of those.
I'm back.
Great job.
Okay. Looks like you guys beat me. Okay, so good to be back, guys. What I'm going to first show you guys is kind of level 1 of how to use our app, right? So that's going to include, how to take a scan, how to send a scan, as well as setting a destination and doing auto send. So first, let's flip to a cooler page, right? Because I'm a cool guy, cool page for cool people. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're first going to get the app. And if you guys see on the bottom, you're going to see a new scan on the bottom. So we want to hit that every time we're going to take a scan. So just a couple things to keep in mind is have decent lighting, keep the whole page in view. So don't do this, right? It's not going to capture anything if you do it like that. So kind of be parallel to it, go up just enough where you can see the entire book, and it's going to scan automatically just like that. I didn't have to press a shutter or nothing, right? Took a nice little scan. So then I'm going to hit next here. And what it's going to do is going to prompt you. It's going to say, okay, we took this scan. Where should we send it? The cool thing about this, right, and these are destinations which I'll get into, is you can select as many as you want. So I could send it to 7 places at the same time if I want to, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send it to 1, right? I'm going to select Dylan's email. Hopefully he has nothing private in there, but I'm going to send it there anyway. Hit next. Give it a second. And you have the option to edit the title if you want up here, right? But I'm not going to do that for now. We'll show you some cool features for that later. And I'm just going to hit send. So it's going to send. We'll wait for it to say sending complete. Give that just a second. Boom, done. Just like that. Very seamless. And now Dylan's going to go on his computer. And he's going to go click the email. He's going to look for it. He's going to refresh. And there it is. You're going to see that same title that we saw. You're going to see the PDF of that beautiful scan. I sketched that myself, by the way. It took me a couple seconds. I'm just kidding. Yeah, our man behind the camera, Dylan, did sketch that. I was going to take credit for it. But very cool, as you can see. So now let's go back to the app, right? So next thing I want to show you guys is how to set a destination. So you saw when I took a scan, I selected the rocket icon, which went to the email. But how do you set those? So I'm going to go to destination on the bottom right of the app, if you guys see that. And here are those same 7 icons, right? All of these 7 icons, you can select each one of them and change them to something else. So I'm going to go to the diamond icon, which is already connected to Onenote. I'm going to hit change destination right there. So then, whichever device you're using, you're going to have, different things that you can connect to on Apple, which I'm using an iPhone. You're going to have things like iCloud. On an Android device, you would have things like Google Photos, okay? So let's use Google Drive for an example. I feel like a lot of people use Google Drive. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit Dylan's work email. It's going to let you select your Gmail associated with a Google Drive. And let's just create a new folder here. So you can do this within the app as well, which is really cool. I'm going to hit demo, done, and create. So now any scan I take to the diamond icon is going to go to this subfolder in Google Drive, right? So I'm going to hit save on the top right. Done. So now let's go back to the camera, right? We're going to go here, and we're going to take a quick scan and show you, again, where it goes. So I'm going to hit next. Remember, we use the diamond icon for the Google Drive. I'm going to hit the diamond icon this time for demo. Hit next. Hit next again. Send. Give that another second. And boom. So if Dylan now goes to his Google Drive, you're going to see that not only was that subfolder created where it says demo, but the scan is living there as well. So it's very easy to navigate where you want to send your scans. So a good way to think about it is you're kind of predetermining, where are the destinations I use? Do I use email a lot? Do I use someone else's email a lot? Do I use a shared folder, right? So that's very cool. So next thing, this is the last thing I'll show you guys for level 1. Is auto send, right? Some of you guys are on the go. I'm always on the go. I'm traveling. I've been in 4 states within the last 2 weeks. And sometimes I take quick notes and then I got to send them fast. So if you take a look at the bottom of each page, and you can see it from the camera, I'll show you guys, you're going to see those same 7 icons that we talked about, right? What are those for? What's cool is we made it so if you mark any one of these icons, and I'm sorry if I'm giving anyone seasickness. Thank you, Dylan, for pulling that up. I'm going to mark that same diamond icon. Could you go back to the screen? Yeah. I marked that diamond icon, which remember, guys, that was Google Drive, right? So what happens is if I mark that icon, and that's Google Drive, remember, and I take the scan, 1 second, looks like we skipped a step here. So if I go back to the destinations and we go to Google Drive, there we go. So what you see here is we didn't have auto send on. So that auto send has to be on in the destination. Again, auto send is where if you mark that icon, right, you mark this icon, the diamond icon, which is associated with the Google Drive. If you take that scan, it'll send automatically. Remember all those steps we had to do before where we had to hit next, and decide where it goes? Now we don't have to do that, right? Auto sending on top, and guess where that scan is? Automatically in Google Drive, and you're gonna see it there again. So this is just a way where you're on the go, you already know where you wanna send it, you mark that page, you take the scan, and boom, it's there. So that completes level 1 of how to scan and how to use the app.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, UI. I think before we move on, we want to take a caller on the line. We have Jay.
Oh, I don't have any questions right now.
How are you doing, Jay? Where are you calling from?
I'm good. I'm from Chicago.
Good to hear. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. I did see one comment, or actually a few comments about cleaning the microfiber towel. I just wanted to say the best way to do that is just with a little bit of water in the sink. If you do machine wash it, just make sure you don't use any fabric softeners, because that can have some adverse effects when you're using it to clean later on. Any other callers, or should we take it on to level 2? Level 2. All right. See you guys.
Oh, there was a question. How many times can you erase a page? So
Forever.
forever, as Peter shouts as he runs away. You can just reuse it over and over and over again.
I'm back, guys.
That was quick,
And
man.
then what pen to use with Rocketbook. So very important to know is that you need to use the friction pilot pen to make sure that the ink is water soluble and erasable, as Peter is holding up there to the camera. One does come with your notebook as well as a microfiber towel. I'm gonna hand this one over to Chris for the best way to make these the right place to send the scan.
Yeah, so the first thing is that you need to make sure that you have good lighting conditions, and then that you are at a good distance, that you can see the entire notebook in your camera. And as long as you're meeting those conditions, everything is gonna be fine. Yeah.
So I see part 2 of the question. If I scan 10 pages going to 3 places, can the app handle that kind of accuracy or accurately? Absolutely. So what we have is what we call bundle scanning. So earlier you guys saw I did auto send. If you select bundle, what that does is every time you scan a page, it's going to bundle all of those into a single PDF, which you can send to a single destination, or as I've shown, you can select multiple destinations at the same time.
You're seeing right here on my phone screen.
All right.
Right here, bundle scan is enabled. We'll just touching back on auto send from the first demo. You'll see that that's grayed out, and that's because bundle scan and auto send cannot be used at the same time. So if you're ever seeing a combination grayed out, just switch off, and you can enable auto send that way.
They don't make us. We choose
We
to wear
choose to wear these all the time.
They're very comfortable, and you have a great range of motion in them.
Very warm for winter.
I'm wearing shorts under this right now. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks, guys. Let's take it on up to level 2. For level 2, we're going to get a little bit into our OCR, or optical character recognition. Basically, that's just fancy speak for turning your handwriting into digital notes. We're going to check out 2 features right now. Those are Smart Search and Smart Titles. So first, we're going to check out Smart Search. We're going to head over to the phone screen. Smart Search works directly from your history page. So see on the bottom left, tap into history. And what it does is it allows you to search your handwritten notes for any keywords or phrases that you may have written in the notes that appear anywhere in the notes, as long as they were scanned with Smart Search enabled. And it will find it even if it's not in the title. So a little example right here. I'm going to tap that search bar along the top. I'm going to search for a phrase. Let's say notebook. Let's hope Dylan has some notes in here that have used that word. And there we go. So perfect. I'm going to tap to view that. And you can see right here where he used the word notebook in that scan. So it was automatically recognized by that Smart Search technology. You can go back out into your history, run that search again. You can see other scans where this is my notebook. Lovely. All right. So the next, sorry, I will slow down slightly. My fault. All right. So the next feature we're going to check out is Smart Titles. So how Smart Titles works is it allows you to write your title on the notebook page, and then that title will automatically be reflected as the title of that file that you've scanned. So how that works is you're going to frame your title between 2 sets of hashtags. So what that looks like, draw them on my page. I'm going to title this Demo. add 2 hashtags on the other side. So it'll look like this, and hold this up to the camera. So we're going to end up with is 2 hashtags, the title you want, and 2 more hashtags. Once you have that set up, you're going to head back to the app and just perform a scan like we did before. We'll hold that right above the page. Boom, scanned. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. We still have a TY's destination with auto send marked off on the page. So I'm just going to quickly get my ragged little whip, and I'm going to wipe off that destination symbol. If I can get a little bit more water on there. There we go.
Sorry about that, Peter.
No worries. All right, try number 2. So I'm going to go back out and make sure that in my destination settings, I have auto send turned off, so we don't have to worry about that again. All right. There we go. Tap next. I'm going to once again select Dylan's Google Drive. You see that transcribing for the smart title, and you'll see that my title was automatically reflected in the app. And then when I send that,
Google Drive.
if Dylan brings up his Google Drive, we should also see that the title is reflected there. There we go. Awesome. All right, so another cool feature with smart titles that you'll see in some of our newer notebooks, I saw a couple of our guests mention they had the Rocketbook Orbit, which we have one of those here. This is the smart title bar, which really takes those hashtags right out of it. And if you see this bar along the top of your page, whatever you write there will automatically be recorded as your title. So this is available in the Orbit and the Everyday Planner currently. But how it works is just the same method, except without the hashtag. So right up here in that title bar, I'm going to write demo 2. This is a wonderful flux capacitor that Dylan drove us. Clear this out. Take a new scan of this page. I'm going to select Dylan's Google Drive again. And there you see the title is Demo 2. Send that out. And there it is, right in Dylan's Google Drive, title reflected. Awesome. So that's how you run the Smart Search and Smart Titles feature. Before we move on, though, I do want to mention a little bit of important information, which is how to turn those features on in the app. If you're ever having issues with Smart Search or Smart Titles not working, the number one thing to check is that those features are enabled. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now, right inside the app. So here I am on the history page. And you're going to tap to open this hamburger menu button in the top left corner. And then you're going to enter settings. And you are going to scroll down to OCR, if I can find them. Handwriting recognition, OCR. You'll see that all of mine are already enabled, but if it weren't, you can toggle them here. So just turning off Smart Titles and Smart Search. I'll turn those back on because we're going to be using them later on. Awesome. So with Smart Titles and Smart Search covered, I think we can all consider everyone here a level 2 scanner of the Rocketbook notebook.
That was awesome,
Good
Peter.
stuff, Peter.
Yeah. I love it when it works so nicely. It's so quick and easy. Yeah. All right, I think we're going to take some callers next, too, if anybody has any questions.
I'll meet you guys over there.
All right.
All right, Mike. How's it going? Can you hear us? Oh, I don't think we can hear you.
Yeah, seems to be muted.
Shall we all scoot down on?
Yeah.
Because she'll
Let's
need
go
to
down
go in
low,
there.
Peter.
Here we go.
To the other side. Musical chairs.
All right. Well, Mike is figuring that out.
It's actually a really long run.
There it is.
Glad that helped you out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Mike.
Oh, okay, great.
What's going on? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Southern California.
Awesome.
Definitely a lot warmer than Boston.
It
Yeah.
is.
Uh-huh.
It's freezing out here.
About 5
Oh, my
degrees.
sister's in Boston.
Oh, no way.
All right. Did you have a question for us?
Yeah, so I've been trying to get the OCR function to work, but for some reason when I scan a page, it sees the raw image, but it gives me an error message saying the OCR transcription failed. Please check your internet connection and try again.
Also, you might be having some network restrictions that are blocking the servers on our end. But maybe if you can contact us at Hello Get Rocketbook, we can help you troubleshoot that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just for quick fixes, the number one change, as Chris mentioned, would be a network restriction. So if you just turn off Wi-Fi and instead scan using mobile data, usually have better results. And then if not that, I know it's a pretty boring basic answer, but uninstalling and reinstalling the app will fix the majority of glitches like that. But yeah, please, if you do continue to have issues, just shoot us an email right there at the bottom email, hello@getrocketbook.com. And that goes for anyone in the chat or calling in. If you ever have questions and we're not offering a current live stream to ask us live, just shoot us an email. We have an awesome support team that's always happy to help out.
Yeah, and Mike, if you do decide to reinstall it, just know that I believe your scans will disappear if you uninstall the app because it is tied to the app.
That's true.
Just keep that in the in-app. Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Okay, I'll try. I did send a message to the hello@Rocketbook. I didn't get a reply. I'll try sending it again.
Okay,
Mike, we'll take a look out for it. Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Is OCR
Functional. Okay, I'll read that. Okay, from Scott. Is OCR only functional as a tool while you're on mobile device? Can I use OCR searching, etc., when I'm on an app? So I do believe there are some apps or some different platforms that work with OCR embedded files, right?
So our smart search only works from within the app. Chris, cut me off if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's
but
correct.
however, a lot of those destinations that we do send to also support their own native OCR features. I know that like Gmail inboxes, Google Drive, I believe enterprise Microsoft notes Microsoft accounts will support that as well. So any native hosted OCR destination will allow searching technology. And also, fast forwarding a little bit, if you do send a transcribed file, that will be searchable as well. But I don't want to spoil too much of what Sarita's going to get into shortly.
Great question.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have a caller on the line. Greg, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Greg?
I put a question up on the post there. I was curious. I deal with a lot of action items to take out of a lot of meetings, and I just see my laundry is behind my head. I can like go over here. You can see my sorry. So I like the reusability of the notebook, but I'm really just using the back 4 blank pages, and I'm drawing like columns so that I could get some due dates and assign to and who to follow up with and that type of task tracking. I know you guys have the little checkbox thing for adding tasks, but is there a better maybe notebook that is there a better way to do what I'm trying to do? Because right now I'm just using the blank pages on the back.
Gotcha. Could you let us know which Rocketbook you're using?
I've got the Panda, I believe.
Gotcha. So the Panda, I would say, is a decent start, but I think maybe Everyday Planner.
Yeah, I think definitely if you want those to-do list pages, the Everyday has some pages that already have checkboxes in them, which is, for me, really, really helpful if I'm just writing down a bunch of different to-do lists.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And also some awesome custom tables pages. I know you're mentioning your own columns and lists. So with like pre-hashed out pages where you can easily get your permanent marker on there to draw out the kind of template that you like to use. And that way you'll have always set up your notebook even for arrays.
So you're saying just make those myself, and then would the scan act differently at all, or you're just
So we do have a lot of people that do that. You can just use, thin Sharpie and create your own template. Just be very careful when you do it because it's not going to come off. But it'll be nice because when you erase it, that friction ink will come off, but your template will stay. And when you scan it, your scan's going to pick up that template. Oops, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, something that's cool about or an idea there to throw out to you guys is if you use like art tape, that's really thin art tape, you can then move it later on. You don't ruin your book.
Yeah, that'll work the same way. One thing to keep in mind when you're creating your own templates, make sure those thick bold lines don't run into the page border. Just leave a little bit of between the border and your templates. So our notebook doesn't have, or our app doesn't have any issues scanning.
Great point.
Thanks so much for calling. Awesome. Will you take us to level 3?
All right.
All right, set the timer. Serena's running over.
Oh, I'm running over. All right.
All right, another reminder to call in if you have any questions or leave us comments like this. What is the QR code for at the bottom of the page? Chris, you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. So basically the QR code help us identify like all the corners of the page. It helps us scan it a lot faster and quicker. It also has some metadata that we use for each one of the notebooks.
Right on.
Awesome, thanks.
Do pens come in different colors? Yes, I believe they come in every size and every color you could imagine, right?
Yeah, they range from I think like 0.25 millimeter to 1.0 millimeter tips. They come in a whole rainbow of sizes. There's both pens and friction markers available.
Yeah.
And even some friction highlighters too.
So
another quick call out in your app settings. There's a scan settings menu, and from there you can say best for color ink. It defaults to best for black ink, but if you switch that over to best for color ink, then those colors will really pop in your scans.
And then last thing, Janet, so you can go to Amazon, Target, Walmart, Staples, Office Depot. Pilot friction pens are extremely popular, so you can find them anywhere. And there are highlighters as well. Thank you, Missy.
All right, are we ready to level up to level 3?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So I'll be talking about 2 really cool features. First, we're going to go over transcription, so building off of the OCR features that Peter talked about. And then we're going to dive into Snapcast and see how that works. So starting out with transcription. So we're going to find our new scan page once more. See, we have a bunch of text on the written out here, courtesy of Dylan. And we're going to once again take a scan. Hit next and send this off to Dylan's email. You can see that transcribing right there. I'm going to retitle this. See that sending. Awesome, sending complete. And when Dylan goes and opens up his email, he should see that new file. And you'll see, Dylan, do you have transcription turned on?
This sounds like a great time to go through the settings and show how to do
transcription. So important to know before you do this is, and I was going to go over this later, is like, how do you do that? But we're going to first go into destinations and go in to Dylan's email for the rocket symbol here. And you'll see a section that says OCR transcription. And we're just going to toggle that on and allow it. It's important to note that you need to do this for each destination that you want. And then you get to choose whether you want to attach that transcription as a text file, as an additional file, so you'll get 2 attachments, or whether you want to embed it in the body of your email. So it'll show up, as normal text as an email. I'm going to leave it as a text file so we can see both of those. We're going to redo this scan. Hit next, send this off. Yes.
We're adding a caller. Hold on.
Okay.
Jessica, can you hear us? Okay.
Hi, Jessica.
Hello. Where are you calling from?
Right outside of Philadelphia.
Oh,
Lovely.
right on.
What's your question?
I'm sorry if you hear anything in the back. My dad's on a meeting.
No worries.
We're all good.
I have issues sometimes when I scan that I'll circle where I want it to go on the bottom of the page, but it won't. When I scan it, it'll still make me choose where I want to send it.
Gotcha. So are you making sure that you have auto send on for that icon? So we showed how you do it before, but if you go into the specific destination for the icon that you're thinking about, you have to have auto send on. So once auto send is on, when you mark that icon, and I don't know if maybe you're circling around it, but you have to mark it inside. So if you circle inside, that'll do it.
An X through the icon will be the best way to mark it.
I
and
always
have the best
do an
accuracy.
X or a check
Yeah.
as well.
All right.
Any other
Thank you.
questions for us?
Another one I was thinking about, the colored markers, they don't always come through good.
Yeah, so just circling back to the last comment, if you go in through your app settings, so from that menu, from your opening menu, you tap those 3 bars in the top corner to open up your settings. And then when you choose settings, you can scroll down and see an option called scan settings. And then when you underneath scan settings, you're going to have your, it'll give you a preference for notebook scans. It defaults to best for black ink. But if you tap that drop down, you'll also see a best for color ink option.
Correct.
So when you select best for color ink, your scans will show those colored pens and markers a lot better.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, Jessica.
Thanks,
Thank
Jessica. Great question.
All right, we're
All right.
back. It wouldn't be a live stream without some technical difficulties. All right, so where we left off for transcription is I officially turned it on for Dylan's destination to his email. Let's try this whole process again. So we're going to scan. Yeah.
I was going to say a good time to call out that those settings are in fact separate. Those general OCR settings are in your regular app settings, but transcription is found on a per destination basis. And just because you have smart titles or smart search enabled does not mean transcription is turned on. So if you're ever having issues with transcription is not sending, please make sure that it is enabled for the destination to which you are sending.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm going to send this off to Dylan's email once more. Oops, I can't spell. That's fine. It's fine. I thought it was going to autocorrect me. Sending off. If we pull up Dylan's email, that should perfect. So then you'll see there are those 2 files at the bottom, just because we had that extra text file toggled on rather than the body of the email. And you can see there your transcribed text. This is really great if you have notes that you're jotting down during a meeting, if you wanted to upload something to your Google Drive and have that extra text already written out for you. It's really, really convenient and saves you a lot of time. Cool. So we already went over how to turn those on. So we will move on to Snapcast. So this is one of my favorite features of the Rocketbook app. So Snapcast is toggled on by the triangle in the top right corner. You see there, it opened up Snapcast and it gives you this link at the bottom of your phone screen. So that link you're able to share with anybody that you want, maybe your team, if you're taking notes during work, and you will scan your page as normal. And it will send off to that Snapcast link. So see it updated with that text, with that scan, and then your Snapcast link will update every single time you scan. So I'm going to write an additional note, scan it again. It's sent off to the link. And then you can see that text pop up there. So this is really convenient, especially if you're working from home, if your team is remote, maybe you're on a group project at school and you want to work on homework in real time, or maybe you're in teaching remote and you want to write out notes to your class. This is a really, really cool way for people to follow along with whatever you're doing.
Sarita, can you show us from the beginning how to enter Snapcast and upload to it again? I just have a couple questions.
I can. So from new scan at the bottom of your page, once we get the phone back up, so you'll see that triangle with the 2 little like Wi-Fi symbols almost right coming out. Yeah. And you click that, and it'll send you to a new screen where you see your Snapcast link pop up at the bottom.
Wow. So are you saying you can just share that URL to anybody and whoever has that open can see every scan that you're taking?
Exactly.
Wow.
It updates as many times as you want. It also works with our beacons, making sure that you go over to the beacon section with whiteboards. And there's also a Snapcast feature there if you're writing on a whiteboard.
Can you add one more page to that Snapcast link so we can show it off?
Of course.
And while she does that, guys, you guys can see how powerful this could be, right? One person in any group setting could have a Rocketbook. They could be a note taker. They could be, you know, writing down all the notes. And if that one person has it and shares that link, everybody else has it too, right? So this is great in a professional setting, in a meeting. It's really good in an education setting, especially in the virtual world that we're in now.
Any remote work or educational setting always works great for this.
Absolutely. There it is. Look at that.
Got an ask to draw out the triangle. So he'll add that one as well.
I love that. Give that a second.
There it is.
Boom. There it is.
Poof. Yeah, it's very, very convenient.
I saw a few comments in there about Android versus iOS and different notebooks. Snapcast works no matter what app version or notebook you're scanning. You can be scanning cloud cards, you can be scanning an Orbit, you can be scanning a Core, you can be using beacons like Sarita said. All of those have support for Snapcast, and it's on any app version that you're using. The feature was released a couple years back, so any recent version of the app should have it.
Yeah. So just a reminder that the triangle is in the app itself, so you can toggle on that feature. I'll leave this so that I don't give people motion sickness. It's that triangle right at the top right. It's the middle icon, so it's pointing up.
Sarita, could you back out to the home screen and then go into the scan so that just says?
Of course.
So when you guys open up the app, right, you're gonna see on the bottom where it says New Scan. Anytime you hit that New Scan button, that Snapcast is going to be on the top right. Again, it's just going to be a triangle with those Wi-Fi symbols. And Snapcast will work for, you know, any Rocketbook as well as beacons. Great questions.
Oh, I believe we have a caller on. No, we don't. Never mind.
Well, just a reminder for anybody who's been following along that this is recorded and it will be shared. But if you're ever looking for help, we have a help center on our website with a lot of frequently asked questions. And then there's also on the Rocketbook app itself, we have a lot of how-to articles. So if you go to your history screen, if Dylan pulls up the app, perfect, yeah. If you go to your history screen and tap that little hamburger bun in the top left corner, we have a how-to section. And this has a lot of information on how to set up your destinations, how to scan, scanning beacons specifically, and anything else that you could need. But if you can't find the information here, we also have a bunch of videos on YouTube. You can always email hello@gotrocketbook.com if you have any specific questions. And always join our Facebook groups too. We have a ton of different Facebook groups run by users, and there are always a ton of hacks and tips on there that we love reading. So definitely join those to get new information.
Yeah, awesome. Great call outs. We are always happy to help, and those groups are always great resources. But I think while we have all these great minds here, we should run a little bit of a lightning round and try to see how many questions we can answer before we got to head out.
Let's do it.
Cool. James, welcome.
Hey there. How you guys doing?
I love the jersey.
Yeah, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Right
Welcome.
on.
Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. And no, I'm not drinking this right now. This is an afternoon only. So I actually had a couple of questions. The first probably is the biggest one is are there any integrations currently available with such as Zapier?
So we currently don't have a direct integration with Zapier. However, you can always suggest new features to us through ideas.getrocketbook.com, and we typically look at it. The most rated ideas there, we make sure to get those implemented into the app.
Okay. The other question is, I'm the chief marketing officer of a very large MLM or network marketing company, and all the guys and girls use a notebook with a very specific page. And if our order quantity was beneficial to both sides of the aisle, would we be able to have a page designed for 10,000 or more books?
For 10,000 books, I do think that is something we could look at. We've done it a couple times before, and they were fairly large orders, but I think 10,000 is enough where the discussion would be on the table. So definitely reach out to us at hello@getrocketbook.com, and I can help you with that. I can help you look at that.
And
we
the
can also
last question before I go is, does Rocketbook have any form of affiliate or referral program available that I haven't been able to find on the site?
Do we have one for the site?
Yeah, I believe we do. That's going to be just affiliates@getrocketbook.com, or you can send an email to hello@getrocketbook.com, and we can connect you that way either.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I appreciate all your time, and you guys have a great product, and I continue to look forward to all the new features and enhancements to it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
James.
Thanks, James.
All right, do you have another caller on the line?
All right.
Paul, welcome.
Where are you calling from, Paul?
Penn State.
Oakdale, California.
Don't assume. Never assume.
So I participated in the beta testing when you were doing the Scan Anything a while back.
Awesome.
And I wonder what's the progress on that?
Oh, great question.
Yeah, so we currently have a separate product which is called Vision Scanner. So if you go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, you can find that separate app there. It's still a beta test right now, but we're certainly working on it and trying to improve it.
What's it called again?
Vision Scanner. Maybe Dylan, you can.
Yeah, so it's Vision Scanner. Like he said, it's still kind of in beta now, but it is available for you to test and try.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Another caller coming on the line?
Beta now, but it is available for you to test and try. Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
Who got Matt?
Thanks so much.
Hey guys.
Another caller coming on the line?
Beta now, but it is. Hey Matt, we're gonna need you to mute the live stream on your end. We're getting some feedback here.
Thanks so much.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Where are you calling from?
Seattle. So good morning.
Seattle.
So the Snapcast thing I'd never seen before, so that was really cool. Thank you. I was curious about, in terms of, like, I quit the app and I still see that page is live. Is there a way to delete that to make sure that URL gets closed? Like, so stuff isn't just hanging out there in the ether on the internet pages.
So
things like that.
the URL won't be deleted, but you can definitely clear your Snapcast. Right inside the app, there's a button that says Clear Snapcast.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, when you're in that Snapcast mode, you're gonna see 3 little dots.
Sarita can
maybe Sarita can show you real quick, but there will be a button that'll say clear and it'll wipe the page for you.
Oh, I see.
That's in the bottom. It opens up and then clear shared.
And actually, while we're here, if you click those 3 buttons again, you're going to see some cool things that we didn't get to mention, like scan frequency. What that'll do is you can set it to 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. Some people set it on a tripod, and every 30 seconds it'll keep scanning, right? So that way you just keep writing, and 30 seconds scan, boom, 30 seconds scan, boom. So little things like that are available as well.
Great. And I had one other question, well, 2 other questions. I know we're going over on time, but right before you hit send to send it to the destination, there was something that said new tag, and I just wasn't sure what that feature did. And I was just curious.
Great question.
It's smart tags. It's actually one of our newest features. So if Sarita can give us a little quick demo of that.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll once again send this off to Dylan's email.
Great question, Matt. Yeah, so again, this is one of our newest features, and I believe Sarita, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so you can add, and then this way you can sort through different files within the app. We hit send. Great. And then if we go back to our home screen in history, you'll then see a list of your smart tags underneath this search bar, and you can toggle that on.
Oh, it's because the notebook search word is still
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Ah, yes, there we go. Okay. If we clear,
There it is.
and just toggle on a smart tag, it'll pop up anything that's tagged with demo.
Yeah, so it's just another level for organization within the app.
Great.
Yeah, another great plug for our help center. There's a whole bunch of cool features you can use smart tags for, with sending them to other destinations, and certain destinations allow you to actually have them reflected inside of them, like Trello boards do. But yeah, head to our help center and just do a quick search for smart tags, and there's a whole bunch of documentation on it. Or send us an email at hello@rocketbook.com. We can give you a little bit more of an in-depth overview of that.
Okay. Do I have time for one more question, or do you need to let me go?
Go ahead.
So I'm using this with OneNote mostly right now, and a lot of my teams are using OneNote, and we've got shared notebooks. Is there a way for me to set as a destination a notebook that I don't own for OneNote that's shared with me?
I see. So
yeah, not right now. Yeah, so we don't have any SharePoint support right now, unfortunately. I know it is something that we are looking into. It's a really popular and powerful tool out there. So I think Chris can definitely speak on that as something that we're considering, but right now it's not a support that we offer.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Do you have any more callers on? Will Smart Title create a OneNote page of that name? Yeah, Smart Titles work no matter which destination you're using, so that file type will carry over. So yeah, when you make that new note within OneNote, it'll be named just like your Smart Title reflects. Could you please provide the email address for help again? I think we can. Dylan, can we get that hello@rocketbook.com on the page?
What else we got?
Where is a setting in Rocketbook app for using colored pens? Oh, Srita, you want to show that off real quick?
Yeah, our little QuickTime demo actually decided to time out. But if Dylan activates the top camera,
let's
okay.
take.
We'll get back to that question. For now, we're going to take a caller while we fix that.
Yeah.
All right. What we got here? Is that Chris?
Chris, welcome.
Hi guys, how you doing? Long time no talk.
From?
I'm calling from the Allentown, Pennsylvania area, Northampton.
Love it.
Sorry, I got you on the big screen TV here and doing all kinds of.
Oh, there we are.
Oh,
woo-hoo!
Hate it.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. My little guy, he's been in school for the last year and been lucky enough to not go virtual regularly. But there are some kids that have had to go in and out. They use Google Classroom on Chromebooks. Do you have any insights as to how I can help the teachers get that Snapcast integrated? Because not all the teachers have smart whiteboards in the classroom, and I think Snapcast is the solution they may be looking for. So my thought is, how do the kids on the Chromebook do their classroom stuff and have another window to do the Snapcast stuff?
So the awesome thing about Snapcast is that only the teacher would need to actually have the Rocketbook app and notebook to be able to broadcast and share that link. So as long as the teacher is using Snapcast and sharing that link, all they would have to do is share that URL with their class, or if they're running a Zoom meeting, they can even say present that web page to the meeting, so it just appears right there. Another great feature from Snapcast is that you can actually download the current note page. So if that teacher wants to give the instruction, hey guys, remember to save this before we wipe it clean, every student viewing that could then save it.
Okay. You don't think it would be a dilemma at all in them having the, like what we have right now, the split screen where I can see you guys and I can see myself, that they can see the teacher and see the Snapcast on that screen all at one shot?
I believe if you're in Zooms and if you're like in a Zoom meeting and presenting, it will already show your tiles on the right hand side. Yeah. So you'll be able to have the presented page in main view, and then the teacher and as well as all the students will be on the right side for a speaker view.
Okay, that makes sense. My thought was just the Google Classroom. Appreciate the insight there. I'll work on the Google Classroom component.
We do actually have a whole YouTube video dedicated to how to best utilize Snapcast with Zoom meetings. Look at that handsome fella. But you can drop a link to that. It's on our YouTube page for Rocketbook. You can just do a quick search for Zoom. It's pretty brief, but it gives a great description of how to get things running.
Perfect. Maybe a suggestion would be see if there's an integration for Google Classroom too, because I know Zoom was popular, but looks like Gmail might be a good way to go too. Last question. I don't know if you can see my name there on the little display at the bottom. Anything, where can I find one of those things? I got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, man, and when I saw that thing, like, I need 10 of them. I can't find them anywhere.
Well, you do have 2 members of the product team here, so.
Yeah. So we used to have a coloring book, but honestly, I'm not sure why exactly we got rid of it, but definitely go to our upvote page. We check it regularly to see like what's the most trending idea, what people want to see, and keep upvoting the coloring book. And you never know, we might bring it back.
If you
All right,
search
cool.
for
Appreciate
colors on there. bring back the Rocketbook color, I believe.
Oh, dude, I'd sit there for hours with that thing. I know it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. To the moon.
Yeah,
Thanks,
to the moon.
guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right.
To the moon. I like
more
that.
colors?
Yeah.
I think we can trademark that.
All right, let's see. You've got any questions?
Where's the settings? All right.
Okay, yes. What I was supposed to be doing before our QuickTime timed out. So you're going to once again go to your settings off of the history page. Scan settings under app settings. And then you'll see here different enhancement types. So at the very top, Rocketbook enhancement types. Right now, the default is best for black ink, but you can change this over to best for colored ink. If you're writing with different colored friction pens and whatnot, and then you can go back and scan as you normally would.
Perfect.
I think another good call is that you can remove enhancements on that page as well. Sometimes if there's a lot of different colors or shadings going on, the enhancement filters aren't really what you're looking for. So you can always just disable those two to get your widest range of color to show.
Good to know. So it looks like we still have a lot of callers left, but we're going to take just one more.
We got time for one more
Just
caller.
one more. Okay, Alan.
Welcome.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, welcome.
Awesome.
So I use I have a lot of your products, but I use mainly the Panda. Use it as a planner. And so weekly, I'll fill it out weekly, and then I save it, scan it and save it I use Evernote. Sometimes when I'm scanning, I'll miss a page and I don't catch it until I'm all done. And I notice, okay, instead of 10 pages, I have 9. Is there a way to take a scan of that last page and then insert it in the correct location? Or do I need to rescan everything?
Where you can.
So we have we do have a merge feature, but that's just going to stitch it to the end of that combined file.
Right.
It won't give you the option to individually insert it into a file, but I think that's a great call out. And you're talking to the right guy here for thinking about possibly bringing that in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be great. It would save me doing that or making it a PDF. Then I can move them around in like
definitely
Bluebeam, but I'd like it. Evernote doesn't give me that option, so.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there will be separate PDF editors. I know that's a little more of a hassle where you can do that. That's probably your best solution for now. But for now, like he said, it will go to the end. But that's a great suggestion and something we should certainly look at.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna look into it. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate it. Hey, I love the product.
Thanks so much, Alan. Thanks for the support.
We love you.
What? Oh, we do actually have some printable coloring pages that we can share.
Oh yeah, back to Chris. I hope you're still watching. So it looks like we have some printable colored pages here, or coloring pages here. Maybe Dylan can shoot a link for that later. But there you go.
Awesome. Is this being shared? No? Maybe?
There it is. There's an example.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I think we're just about out of time. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, everyone for joining, calling, asking us so many questions, making this a great stream. I hope that everyone here feels like they have a better hold on the Rocketbook process and that you yourself are a scanning master now.
Right on. So it looks like, I mean, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. You guys should all be level 3 scanners now. Keep in mind that this video, I believe, will still be posted, so you can watch it again, share it to other friends that may not have been able to make it. And just to wrap it up, if you guys have any other questions or tips and tricks that you guys want to know, you guys can go to our YouTube channel. Just type Rocketbook on YouTube. Follow our socials. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. Get Rocketbook should do it. On TikTok, we just hit 40,000. Help us get to 50,000. And that should be it. Yeah. And also remember, if you have any ideas about new features or any new integrations that you want to get at it, go to ideas.get.rocketbook and we'll make sure to make it happen.
And all of your Rocketbook Academy diplomas are in the mail, so just be expecting those soon.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next time.
To the moon.